What's up, guys? Microfighters here. Today's going to be another LEGO set review, and this time it's a LEGO Star Wars set, which is called AT-AT versus Tauntaun Microfighters. Set number is 75298, has 205 pieces, and is for ages 6 and up. I don't have the box of this set, but I still have two instruction manuals. The first one for the AT-AT Microfighter has 46 pages to build this microfighter, while the Tauntaun Microfighter has 43 pages to build this microfighter. Now let's check out the minifigures first. First up is Luke Skywalker in his Hoth outfit, and it looks pretty nice for the minifigure with the details by the front torso printing, printing on the legs, and the back printing, but no arm printing for each side. But the pretty interesting thing about this the Luke Skywalker in his Hoth outfit is the goggles, where you can like move them by the top, and you can like cover up his face like this, like that, to make it to evade the snow that's about to get in his face. So yeah, and here's his double-sided face where he looks a bit more concerned, somewhat, and his neutral face. So yeah, so the Luke Skywalker in his Hoth outfit, pretty good minifigure. And he has two accessories, which is his iconic lightsaber and the stud blaster, which, let me demonstrate it. Yeah. And this is like the old style stud blaster before they kind of retired them and redesigned them to make it more square. So yeah. Now for the AT-AT driver, and yes, actually has lots of details since by the helmet, and he has great printing by the front torso, the legs, and the back, and also this is somewhat like the old style stormtrooper helmet, since I think they kind of changed them up for the for the regular stormtroopers. And here's what his face looks like, and I think this looks like the deluxe face. Yeah, I think they actually kind of used them for most most of these trooper figures, mainly clones and stormtroopers. So yeah, and yeah, pretty good minifigure, especially by the details by the helmet. And he has two accessories: stud blaster and the binoculars, which looks pretty nice. So yeah. All right, so that was the two minifigures that's included in this set. Let's check out the microfighters themselves. So first up is the Tauntaun, and it's pretty adorable with has like some of a chibi look, and he has like little movements by the hands and in the tail, where it's kind of limited by movement, but yeah, which is kind of neat. Yeah, and it has a little seat for Luke to ride on. So yeah, and here we go. So yeah, and there's like some interesting pieces like these horns to make it look like the tusks, the side tusks for the tauntaun, and this this rope to as like the handler for while riding on the tauntaun. So yeah, it's a pretty nice microfighter for the tauntaun. Not for the possibly the best out of the two, which is the AT-AT, and this is pretty adorable since this is like just a chibified AT-AT, and it has the this nice printing by the front by its head, and you can like do some pretty interesting head movements in any directions. So yeah, and you can like move these little gun fins by the sides, and so as in the bottom of the head. So yeah, and there's like nothing else here besides, has some like movements by the legs where you can like have it like this or just make it look like it's walking. So yeah, it's it looks pretty nice, and there's like a little seat for the AT-AT driver, which has like the little control panels, well the controls panel, which is that, and you can like put the AT-AT driver in the vehicle, and voila, now he is riding it. So yeah, so final thoughts on this set. It's it's a nice 2-in-1 set, since you can like get both in the same set, which looks which is pretty awesome, where you can like have lots of cool battles between these two microfighters, since this is like a double pack, just like other microfighter double pack sets, where you can like have like lots of battles between two opposite vehicles, well, or animal versus vehicle in some sets. So yeah, and the two minifigures in the set is look really nice with lots of details, while the AT-AT drivers just uses the Lex Luthor face, which I think, yeah, this is like the same one as the. Just hang on a sec. Okay, yeah, this is the Lex Luthor face, which I think this is also used for like Loki in some of the Marvel sets. Yeah, they actually always use this head all the time. Well, most of it, since I think most Stormtrooper minifigures always have like the angry clone face until they kind of retired it, because it's been overused so much, so they had to replace it with like the more accurate face for clone troopers, since they're mostly like they're created from Jango Fett's DNA. So yeah, and anything else about this double pack set? Well, the Tauntaun is pretty adorable. While the AT-AT microfighter, yeah, it looks really awesome with lots of nice nice you know poses you can do, since it's like AT-AT, where you can like do some pretty interesting poses on this vehicle, unlike the Tauntaun, which is kind of limited by 3. While this, you can have like lots of cool movements or poses for this microfighter. So yeah, and ranking on this set, I'll just give it a pretty good 7 out of 10, since it's a pretty good 2-in-1 set, since it's always been pretty cool to have like two microfighters like battle each other, since the Millennium Falcon microfighter that came out around the same year as this didn't have like a rival microfighter to fight off until like the Boba Fett's Slave One microfighter came out, which now it feels kind of complete. So yeah. All right, so I just hope you guys enjoy my review on the Lego Star Wars set AT-AT versus Tauntaun Microfighter. So like and comment this video and subscribe for more content. So this is Mr. Fetty here, and I hope you have a very good day. So bye.